What's up everyone, Logan here. We're in Ann Arbor, Michigan with Todd. So, we actually flew up here. Todd has been a client of ours for what, 3 years now?
Yeah, I think so.
And we flew up here a few years ago and did a whole day in the life of a painting contractor. Todd runs an unbelievable operation, so we figured, what are those little things that make up a really good business? So this video is essentially gonna be like gold nugget after gold nugget, but the way that you put it was,
in the end, why doesn't your phone ring off the hook with problems during the day? It's because something you put in place, a long time ago.
So that's essentially what this video is gonna be about. So enjoy it, take some notes, because you're gonna learn some good stuff.
Come on in, I'll show you around. Which is just a ton of space.
I like how you set up that little studio over there. That's what we used to have in my dad's house. At least with this, like you're doing painting-esque videos in a workshop. Right. We would do pond videos in my parents' playroom. And
I remember seeing those. Dad were sitting in a chair. I don't think you had shoes on.
I did, yeah. It was rough, but this is cool. Do you still have that, the reviews that you print off?
Would go. So each manager had we called them lockers, but that would be your shelf, Greg, and the reviews that you received, we would actually tape all across it, the front of it.
Oh, okay.
We never took them down.
Oh, yeah,
so if you walked in and
you could see them,
you had 2 and he had, 100, it was like obvious who was killing it. It's
competitive, but it's also like, it's showcased right there all the time.
Everyone wants an attaboy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the difference between customer service and customer experience?
I've always kind of lumped the two together, but they are separate. Mm-hmm. And I think we're really good at a large majority of this. This is what people remember. And I always tell them that, like the guys in the field, that Nick or I go out and we meet with you for an hour and you sign up, and then it could be 3 months later, the crew shows up.
Yeah.
And they're there for a week. That's the customer experience at the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every little thing they do or don't do, it tells the story and leads to how the client feels at the end. So either they're gonna tell their neighbor, they're gonna write the review, they're calling somebody else next time, whatever it is. I just really want guys to get their head around that, because I don't think they know how impactful all those things are.
When you hire people, are you focusing on, all right, this person's really good, soft skills, they have the right culture, we can teach them how to paint?
We'll hire the soft skill person first over the person with lots of experience that we just don't think is going to be a good fit. Because it's easy to hire someone who can do the task but really doesn't care.
Was it always like that, like even in the early years?
I mean, early on?
Yeah.
If you could fog a mirror, you were in.
Okay.
Boy. Yeah.
Do you still do the videos where you send out like the PM, like meet your project manager videos?
Yeah.
And how do those land? Are they still like?
People love them.
Okay.
Yeah, people comment on them. But pretty early on, what I found is I was the estimator. I'd show up with the project manager and the client would talk to me the whole time. Mm-hmm. That's when I just decided we've got to train people how to do the walkthrough on their own so that the client sees them as the expert and their contact person, or we're kind of stuck where we're at in terms of size. Mm-hmm.
Would this have been, there's an issue inside, and while you're here, let's talk about staining this? Or is it like they wanted this done, and while you're here, you want that? Like,
that was probably, I'm not sure, but it was probably, this was their focus. But
and then while you're here,
yeah,
knock
since
that
I
out.
got you here.
So when the guys show up, do they say like, hey, is there anything else while we're here?
Yes, because sometimes what will happen is the client will, actually, while you're here, could you do the deck? Well, Logan, thanks so much. We'd love to do your deck. Let me call the office and see if it's something we can fit in while we're here, or we might have to come back. Because sometimes they want to add such a large project that
while you're here, you just paint the house.
Right, it just doesn't, we'd love to, but can we circle back in June and do that for you? Because we want to do it, and if we let people know where we're at, communicate, they're okay with it. I think one of the things we don't do well here, and I don't think our industry does well, is stay in touch with past clients. We're always chasing the next. If you don't touch base with a client within 6 months of completing something, there's only a 50% chance they'll ever call you again, and then it goes down from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like I was at a guy yesterday, and I'd given him an estimate years ago. He hadn't used us, so I'm back out there for a different project. Yeah, we had you out here, but we used somebody else. Oh, great. How was that experience? Hey, it was really good. Yeah, the guys did a great job. Cool. Do you remember who you used? No idea. Establishing that trust, it takes a lot of faith to let people into your home. Our gold is in our list. If we don't chase our list as actively as we do new work, I just think that we're squandering.
All right, guys, so last bit of all this is we're gonna actually have Todd walk through the best books and his favorite books that he reads and maybe why. So I'm gonna let you drive.
Okay, I love books, so this one was easy for me when it came to business. There's been a few books over the years that have had huge impact. First one, Zingerman's Guide to Giving Great Service. All of my employees read this in the first 30 days they work here. We use a lot of their concepts in our customer service, how we relate to clients. And then the E-Myth, if you're in business and haven't read this, you need to get this. It's about systems, the importance of systems. Who, Not, How. This is one I just read recently. It really spoke to me about how to not try to do everything yourself. And Traction, another systems-based book, but on a different level than the E-Myth. They Ask, You Answer, really impactful for, our relationship, I'd say, right? I think you might have been the one who turned me on to this originally. And then, again, more recently, Never Lose a Customer Again. This is something we're going to be focusing on this year more, and it's about your relationship with your clients. So those are some things that have been helpful for me over the years. Those books have been really impactful. So
Cool, love it.